I am not going to surrender UPC in the street, leave it in limbo, leave it without direction. And this comes from the point that late last week, there was a ruling in the High Court of Uganda, a ruling which was unprecedentedly quick. And we pray that justice can be delivered at such speeds. 5 weeks from filing to conclusion is remarkable. And I really pray that the wheels of justice can move at such a speed when people are in need of help, in need of justice. Such a matter can be concluded in record time. But the essence of that ruling was that I, Jimmy Akena, is the president of the Uganda People's Congress, have been the president for the last 10 years, but that I should not be a candidate for UPC in the 2026 election. That is the essence of that ruling. Now, since this ruling gave me, I retained the authority of president, the immediate course of action was to call the supreme organ of the Uganda People's Congress, which is the Delegates Conference, and present the problem as we face it right into their hands for them to be able to make a decision. I communicated the same to the Inspector General of Police as required. I also contacted the Minister of Internal Affairs, Minister of Justice. I circulated and the Electoral Commission. Unfortunately, yesterday afternoon, I had to go physically to the police headquarters to pick a letter which says I should not continue with my delegates conference because police are not able to provide security because of other exigencies. The funny thing here is that if I did attempt to hold a meeting in Kamdini, you will find remarkably, police will find 10 times the manpower required to police a meeting, but they will provide 10 times the manpower to close a meeting, which they said they didn't have the manpower to police in the first place. So I decided not to haggle on that point. And we have a standing arrangement as far as our mobilization is concerned, where I can hold town hall meetings in various parts of the country. That's the direction we decided to pursue. We will get our delegates together in various town halls, in various cities, towns, across the country, that we can debate and see how we can position UPC for the 2026 election. But since I still found the powers that be were not forthcoming, I have since been directing my party leaders to gather in smaller numbers. If it's at district level, you gather as a district. Don't look for a town hall, you gather. We are going to be broadcasting the Delegates Conference live on various platforms, and we're going to make sure that we can interact with our membership. So if I cannot bring the delegates to Kamdini, I will take Kamdini to the delegates. UPC is a historic party with a historic legacy in Uganda. We are here to put our mark on the 2026 election. And I want to repeat this, which I've been saying over a period of time. If you're not comfortable with UPC, argue with us, tell us off, debate us. But don't do these funny tricks. If you believe that you're the God's gift to Uganda, please, don't frustrate us. I have a simple message, and it's in the words. Not by force, but by persuasion. That is the politics I understand. That's the politics I live for. And trust me, I have promised that 2026 is going to be a policy debate on the future of Uganda. I am not after personalities. I'm not after pulling people down. I want to be part and parcel of the growth and the future of Uganda. And that's where I want UPC to be. So therefore, anything that is done to undermine UPC, to harm my candidates, and there are people who are sending messages which are just scaremongering. I want to assure the Congress, while I still have breath in me, I know in theory all things are equal. Each and every candidate is the same. But in practice of politics, there are candidates who have traction, there are candidates who have following, there are candidates who have a well-established track record in politics and elections. And amongst all of those who say they're competitors with me, without boasting, I think my record speaks for itself. So under this guise that another candidate should be fielded, please demonstrate your ability to gather that support to lead the party. You can't just spring from nowhere and you have no following and then you start saying that you're a leader. Honestly. Elections are not something which happens in boardrooms. It happens in the villages. Every village. I have built a network across the villages. I have demonstrated ability to win elections against a ruling government which is fully deployed. If you have a better credential than that, please come forward. We will back you. But in this particular instance, I honestly believe I am the best placed UPC candidate to lead in this era of competitive multi-party elections. That's a very important point, and I wish to state categorically that I have tried to reach out, and specifically, I was able to reach out to Peter Walubiri and Joseph Ochedo. We've had an interaction, and we're going to continue interacting. So mine is not about rivals, internal party rivals. I don't have a problem with. What I have a problem with and what I've expressed is external. We have been in court on UPC cases. There are cases which have been there since 2015. They are not yet resolved. But suddenly a case comes in 5 weeks, all submissions, ruling is out. Definitely there was interference. I mentioned it last time. The law firm which is supposed to have procured that judgment is well known and well connected to a competitor in another political party. And this political party has been holding the instruments of power for almost the last 40 years. And still they're not comfortable with Akena contesting. What is the fear? What is the fear of Akena contesting? And in UPC, I don't think there's anyone anywhere who does not know that Akena is UPC. I have carried the UPC flag into Parliament 4 times. I have supported every UPC by-election. I have stood with candidates. I have campaigned. I have done everything to make sure this party shines. And now you want to strip me of being UPC in a general election? I've assured people that it's not going to be business as usual. And trust me, the policy debate is going to leave people shocked, and there are others who are not going to recover at the end of it. But I can assure you, UPC will emerge from this election much stronger and better prepared for the future. What does it say in the National Constitution? National. 1995 Republican Constitution of Uganda. What does it say? I am talking about the Republic of Uganda, to which all constitutions are subordinate. What does the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda say? There are no term limits. Why? They were removed in 2005 to accommodate Yoweri Museveni. Yoweri Museveni is a candidate for 2026. Jimmy Akena wants to be a candidate for 2026. Jimmy Akena is going for third term. I don't dispute. Norbert Mao, how many terms? Fourth, fifth? Mao is fourth, fifth. Museveni? Nobody knows. Been there forever. Now, why penalize me? The national constitution, national, which all of us must abide to, does not provide for term limits. How can you punish me? Give me a red card in a game, a red card for a crime which no longer exists in the Republic of Uganda. Honestly, this is not being, it's not being fair, it's not being true. I'm a competitor. I do motorsports. We go by rules, and rules keep changing, they keep evolving, they keep changing. You cannot penalize somebody of a rule which was removed in 2005, 20 years ago. 20 years. So the judge wakes up, hey, let's use this one. How? No, this is not, it's not being proper. And clearly I know why it is being done. And I want to encourage my UPC members, it is being done because we are making our point heard. We're being felt. Our pathway is clear. So I urge members, do not be discouraged. Stand up, stand firm. We're going to make it. Whatever they throw at me, I'm going to move ahead. Yes. Yes. When I called the delegates conference, a lot of it ties with Justice Namanya's ruling. Now, we need quorum, so we're seeking quorum. Not exactly sure the exact figure of quorum because our quorum is dependent on the districts, number of districts, which keep changing and keep getting fluid, so that number is not static. But I'm expecting to get our quorum, we need a little over 500 to be able to get the quorum and conduct business.
Mr. President, this is some follow-up. Police.
I believe they were encouraged to say as much. And like I said, if I had insisted to go to Kamdini and assemble my delegates, you would see a much bigger force than what we required to maintain a modicum of law and order, because this is an internal party issue where comrades will be together with comrades. Yes, sometimes we debate, sometimes debates get heated, but we always resolve. So no, I do not accept that they didn't have the manpower. This is something designed to roll down the clock. With Justice Namanya's ruling, he gave me maybe 2.5 weeks. So my effort is to put this all back to the party. I am not going to surrender UPC in the street, leave it in limbo, leave it without direction. I am going to consult the owners of the party, the supreme organ of the party, which is the UPC Delegates Conference. And if you don't want us to meet in one location, we shall find ways to meet. COVID has taught us ways of how we can handle matters, so definitely we're going to meet virtually. I thank you.